Well, hello there, dearies. I am recording this video almost holding my breath here because you would think it was Mercury retrograde with what I have had to go through today to actually get my phone to hold still and be at an angle that actually makes some sort of sense. I have no other words for that. So I am being very gentle with my desk, not wanting to do anything to interrupt the precariousness. If I could take a picture, I would. But my phone is otherwise employed. So this is our first weekly reading, and this is one of the pieces of content that I have committed to making on a weekly basis in 2018, and see how that goes. So I didn't even stop and ask our guides how we were going to approach it, or how many cards we might pull, if we were going to categorize the cards. So I guess actually what I'll do is I've been shuffling the deck I'm working with, pause for a moment, and find out exactly how this will be approached. So let's see what our guides have to say. And we will ask that you draw 4 cards. The first card will be for well-being. The second card will be for money. The third card will be for work. The fourth card will be for spiritual health. All right. Well, that's great. That explains why I've been seeing the number 4 in my head. There's our first card. We'll see where it lands. I never assumed that cards come out in the order they're going to be used. Oh, this one? No. There's our second one. 2 more. We need 2 more. 3. 4. Okay, not bad here. So we're working with the Starchild Tarot Akashic deck by Danielle Noel. This is an independent deck, so it's self-published, and it's beautiful. The cardstock is amazing. I love the imagery, and I love the fact that it's flat. There's no shine to it, so it's actually way better for video and for photographing. So anyway, let's find out what our order will be here. Here's our first one. Second one. Third, fourth. So let me get these actually somewhat into the video image here. Okay. All right, so, well, we said what? Well-being, money, work, spiritual health. I like that they called it spiritual health. So let's get started here, okay? Well-being. 8 of Wands. Let's find out more about 8 of Wands. And in this way, understand that there is need to experience some challenges, to work with the energy of 2018 in a way which will help you to better determine what you will have for food, what you will have for drink, what you will do for exercise, what you will create for enjoyment. We feel that there is need to put a fire under you, and in this way activate your creative and intuitive senses as a method of understanding that what is one way for one person is not one way for another person. We wish that you will have some consideration for what will be most serviceable for you. I like that a lot. You know, actually, it's really interesting they said challenges. As I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing symmetry, I'm seeing balance. Notice how we have, mirror imaging going on here. And I would say that is thematic and also challenges. So again, I have a sense of our great need to bring ourselves back into balance, which can certainly be a challenge, hopefully one that we can appreciate, one that we can really grasp and appreciate, and I just heard have fun with. That's a big theme for this year, having some fun where we might not expect fun to come up, and overall having more fun in our lives. So that's health, and I like that this is coming on the second week of January. I feel like there's still so much dust settling in the first week. I don't know, it feels like a gentler approach. So, money. Money, money, money. Ooh, it's another wand. So wands, that's fire energy. So this is really interesting. So what is it about the Two of Wands in relationship to money? We notice a duality with money. We notice that with money there is oftentimes more imbalance than balance. And we notice that in this week, ask yourself, what can I do to be more in balance with my money? How can I bring more balance within my financial image? Oh, I like that. That's a big theme I'm noticing too for a lot of people, is the need for more balance with money. Either, I just heard trusting there will be enough, and at the same time, using the fire energy that is depicted here to do what's necessary to create more. I just heard, don't rest on your laurels, which is an interesting phrase to use around this. I guess, and maybe that goes along with, don't rest on the expectation that it's just going to come, or that it isn't going to come. Don't rest there. I just heard better. So we know better. We know better. So let's do better with our money. Okay? Again, I have this sense of foundation laying. Like we're still laying down foundations for 2018 that are really, really, really important. So this is about work. Oh, the Magician. Okay. So the Magician vibrates with the energy of the number 1. And the number 1 is about beginnings, about creation. We notice that in this new year, we would ask for you to consider how you may wish to recreate your work. In some instances, it may be that there is only need for some tweaking. In other cases, perhaps there is an entire renovation required. In this way, understand the energy of 2018 supports what we would say is a new way of working. And in this way, perhaps you could see that opportunity arises, even as this week begins, to make more of your work than you have been. Okay. Doesn't that sound promising? And isn't it a really, truly okay and wonderful, and perhaps even the way it's meant to be, that we have that sort of promise available to us? I feel it does. I feel it is really important for us to allow ourselves to feel that promise, and then to use that as impetus toward whatever we need work-wise. Nice. Nice stuff here. Our final card is about spirituality. Of course, you know this is all about spirituality, don't you? King of Cups. King of Cups. So, and here again is this. Look at the balancing he's doing. Isn't that something? Huh. Unsurprising. We notice in this way, understand that as there are changes made, as energy shifts within your everyday life, there perhaps will arise need to accept a new way of attending to your spirituality. It may be that there is need for you to be more open for your spirituality and permit others to know how you are with your beliefs, practices, understandings, intuitive abilities. In this way, understand that as you are speaking in your truth, you afford others opportunity to speak in their truth. Yep, that's the way it works. That's the way it works. I'm so appreciating the choice of this card for this purpose because of the full moon behind this king. And clearly he's an otherworldly king. This isn't an earthbound king. I had just heard a starlit king. He's a starlit king. The moon, though, symbolizes intuition. Luna is a symbol of intuition. And so we wish for you to contemplate perhaps how the moon can be more influential for you, how water might be more influential for you, because we notice that water flows. Interesting. And true. Water flows. Ooh, okay. So that's our weekly energy reading. And I would invite you to draw your own cards. If you have divination cards, draw your own cards for these various categories too. Notice how they may complement the cards drawn here. Perhaps your inquiry will be, what more do I need to know about these specific categories? And approach it that way. Whatever feels right. If you don't have divination cards, it's a wonderful journaling exercise. You can, jump off the energies of these cards or journal out using the categories what comes up for you. Maybe practice some channeled writing. Find out what your guides want you to know about these specifically. It's one thing to have a collective reading. It's quite another thing to have your guides address you and your needs specifically. Something to think about. Okay? All right, wishing you a wonderful, wonderful week, and until next time, take really good care. Lots of love.